Talking about now 2026 releases, even though No Other Choice did go expand wide in 2026 to more theaters nationwide. I finally got to see a film in 2026. I saw Primate this week. It was, I feel like, kind of the hot hot movie coming out this week, and it was kind of much talked about, at least within horror communities, because of it being basically a creature feature. It's directed by Johannes Roberts, who did Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City, which I've seen like half of, maybe 75% of that movie, and then I just didn't finish it because it was kind of bland. He also did 47 Meters Down, which I remember being looked at as like a semi-decent shark movie back in 2013 or wherever the fuck it came out. I never saw it. This movie, I want to start off with the cast. Troy Kotzer's in it, and I love Troy Kotzer from Coda. I like him getting work and being able to still continuously prove that, yes, even with his inability to hear, and even being a deaf actor, he can still provide great performances, and he's such a comforting presence within films. Coda, you can say that. You can say that here too. And other than that, I can read you the list of supporting characters or other actors within this film. You got Victoria Wyant, Jessica Alexander, Johnny Sequoia. I don't know any of these actors. It's relatively padded out by unknowns, at least for me. I just haven't seen a lot of their back catalog, but all the performances are really good. It's about this group of friends. They're going back to one of their friends' home in Hawaii. It's clear that they're going home after a college break or a little break in classes after finals, and they're just going to go hang out and veg. This family also happens to have a monkey or a chimp as a family member, or a claimed family member named, I think Ben. Which, the main conceit of the movie of people owning chimps or owning exotic animals, to me, I'm just like, red flag, you're stupid, the chimp's gonna rip your face off. So when the chimp rips people's faces off in this movie, I'm like, yeah, you're fucking idiots. Like, you should have known. So, the one thing I want to say is that this film has great practical effects, some really good kills. You do get some kind of lazy writing and lazy plotting of just characters being like, yeah, let's go, we're gonna fucking drink and have a night in, like, it's gonna be great. It's like, I was a college kid once, also at that point becoming an adult, so I'm not just like a high schooler wanting to get drunk all the time. Like, I also have some responsibilities and stuff, so I'm kind of getting annoyed by that trope of just like, you're in college, so the only thing you do is get wasted. And I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. So you get kind of those scenes at the beginning, kind of leading into the characters getting to this main setting of this home in Hawaii. And you get some shoddy dialogue at times and some somewhat promised character depth that goes nowhere or leads to nothing. There's mention that this main character of Lucy is going home. Her mom had just passed or has been passed away for the past year. She died from cancer, and all they say about that is that it was tough. They bring it up, and then they don't develop it into anything about like it bringing her family closer together, her closer with her sister, any of that stuff. It's just, yeah, her mom died of cancer about a year ago. It was tough. Not going to talk about it ever again, so why even mention it at all? But I really liked the way that this film was really contained within and around this house. It's an 89-minute movie, and it works really well. The biggest takeaway I have from this movie, aside from the pretty convincing effects, I don't think I really saw any seams that worked for me. Some of the moments of suspense and tension really worked, and there were some like jump out moments that tricked me or like worked around like the typical rhythm of a jump scare sequence that I was like, okay, you got me, fuck, that was new. So I found that kind of refreshing. The score for this movie is my favorite part of the movie, just because it feels like something John Carpenter would have baked up in like the 80s. It's synthy and it has like a pulse to it, and it feels something kind of like it's different from what I would typically associate with a movie like this. But overall, it was a really fun time at the theaters. It's not like the best movie ever, but for being the first movie out the gate in 2026, a pretty decent little creature feature with great, grisly, brutal kills. Like, there's a good amount of gore in this movie, which I really appreciate. And some of the kills looked like, wow, this almost looks practical the way that they're handling it. It looks like prosthetics and makeup, and I'm like, I like this. There's some basic characters. They're kind of bland. I do like with the tight-knit group of characters we have, Like, going into this movie, I'm like, all right, I'm going to need a body count. Like, if we're having a monkey or a chimp killing off people, we're going to need, like, 18 people at this house. There's, like, 7 characters in this movie. And they really work with those 7 characters. No one's safe. Like, this film is really willing to just kill off characters, and I really respected that. So it was a good watch. I'd recommend checking it out. Granted, it is more of a gory watch, so just have that mindset going into it. But, like, I didn't take my wife to it. She would not enjoy this at all. I had a great time watching it. And a pretty decent watch, pretty decently well-made movie. I'm sure it's Johannes Roberts' best film he's put to screen, so I'd recommend it.